the hidden reason why you cannot lose weight, even though you've tried so many times, you've been on diets, you've exercised, seems like you're eating less and better than other people, seems like you're working out more than other people while they're losing weight and you're still not losing any weight. Whether you need to lose 15 pounds, 25 pounds, or 100 pounds, this still applies. Now, most people are looking at two things, strategy, right? And we're gonna go over the strategy first and foremost, yet there's another hidden reason why you're not losing weight. Now, normally we have just two factors, right? Calories in, and then calories out, which is movement. Now, we're going to call it movement, which is not just exercise, but it is also activity. Now, you may say, what's the difference of exercise and activity? Really simple. Exercise is structured movements that you're planning out, and activity is just fun stuff you're doing. I have a slightly different definition of exercise. Exercise is specific movements that get you closer to your goal, anabolically. Now, we have two words here, anabolic and catabolic. And this is so similar to everything in life. Either you're creating or you're destroying. Either you're appreciating or you're depreciating assets or your life, a car or this house. If I'm not taking care of it, after 27 years, this house depreciates and is worth zero. If I'm taking care of it, it could appreciate and increase value. Same thing with our bodies, and same thing with exercise. We are either building our body up anabolically, building up the body, or catabolically, we're destroying it. Your muscle is either getting smaller and diminishing to less ability and less size, but I focus on the ability, because if you don't have ability to move, it kind of sucks, right? Then you're not going to do any type of movement. You're not going to... I just realized that doesn't look like it either. Pardon my spelling and chicken scratches. But if you are in pain all the time, you are not going to be active, and you're definitely not going to exercise. You don't even want to walk because you're in pain, feeling like you may have two left feet. Just carrying 100 pounds extra or even 25 pounds extra is super debilitating. Now, the other aspect is calories in. Now, we need to focus on this one before we focus on this one. Why? Let me tell you a quick little story to tell you why. When I was in high school, I went to do track, and I quit within about 2 days because I threw up and saw white. I would throw up all the time when I was young. I used to be sick all the time, not able to run around the block. And now I'm an athlete and I could run. Today I ran a 7.5 minute mile just for fun, because I was like, man, I haven't ran a mile at a decent speed in a little while. And feels amazing. Did I see white and throw up? No way. I was in much more heat than I was than back in the day in high school. I'm 48 now, so I shouldn't be in as good of shape as I was when I was 15, 16, 17. And I didn't eat anything for breakfast today. Yet, I ran that. And back in the day, I had a good amount of food in my stomach, fully digested. But the thing is I don't think I ever really digested that food. And that's why I couldn't do any movement, whether it's exercise or activity. So I submit to you, I suggest to you to first work on the calories in before you work on the calories out for a month or two to clear out your system. The simplest thing is adding in more fruits and vegetables. Now, it could be complex if all you know of fruits and vegetables are apples and bananas and they don't taste that good because you don't wait till a banana ripens properly, it's super yellow, it doesn't have any brown spots, or you have apples that have a millimeter of wax on them because that's how the industry pretty much does it. And if you're not going organic or seasonal, local, ripe, or you're not searching out farms, then you may not find them, or farmers markets. Now, it's not that hard, and some grocery stores may have you well equipped for enough food to feast all year long. And you're gonna see that their prices drop when it's seasonal. Like in the summer months of May, June, July, you may see watermelons, strawberries, peaches, plums, pears. You may see these dropping lower prices because it is the season for them. Blueberries, you eat them by the handful. Each one of these foods has such a different beneficial factor. But the main thing I'm looking for so that you could start to move is to clear your system out with what we used to call roughage, what we now call fiber, which is a clean sweep for your intestinal tract, and it does so much more. But it's really like cleaning with a sweep your intestinal tract, because that fiber is undigested food that goes through your body and it goes out of your body and it clears all of your 30 feet of your intestinal tract. So calories in first, but don't worry about protein. Don't worry about anything. Focus on fiber. Focus on fruits. Focus on vegetables and plants, and that will clean sweep out your intestinal tract. And when or if you eat meat or refined food, eat a little less of it, right? And if you're eating meat or animal products, search out for local farms that they could tell you what the animals eat. Because if you don't know what the animal eats, it's probably sick all the time from factory farming. 80% of animals that we eat in this country are not only factory farmed, but 99% of the animals are factory farmed. 80% of the antibiotics that are produced in this country are given to those animals to prevent them from being so sick they die. They're always sick, and we're eating them. So that means your calories in may be preventing you from being active. So if you take 1 month or more plus to actually acclimate your calories, change your calories, change what's going in your brain first, and then it'll become easy. I'm going to get into that in just one moment. Calories, you're shooting for 10 plus fruits and vegetables is the simplest, easiest thing I could say, instead of saying have a gram of protein. Insane. You don't need more protein. Most Americans, when we look at studies, have more than enough protein. And now we are making carbs an evil word. Even in my son's calendar, it says I didn't eat carbs today. That is nuts and insane. He got it somewhere for free. The point is that carbohydrates are fruit, are vegetables. If we're gonna talk about nutrition terminology like carbs, protein, fat, then we need to get into some classes to understand if you're shooting to eat more protein, how much protein do you need per day and why? What builds muscle? It's not protein, it's exercise. It's specific movement that creates an anabolic response that gets you close to your goal. It is so wonderful, so lovely, so amazing to feel so good. And I'll tell you, all this right here is worthless garbage unless you first change internally. Nothing will change externally. Like your goal right here is what? 25 pounds, right? 25 lbs that you're attempting to drop. This will not happen if the only thing you're doing is telling yourself, I gotta lose the weight, I'm fat, I need to eat better, and I'm mad at myself for being mad at myself because I ate something I wasn't supposed to. That's the hard way. That's ridiculous. Let's go to the easy way. Number one is be, okay? Be is who you are, and that is based on your beliefs and based on your values. If you like to really understand why you're eating what you're eating, write out your values. If you put happiness before health, then that could be an indication of why you're choosing to eat these foods, right? Or you just have been around people that have inspired you to eat those foods and you know they're not that beneficial, or you're culturally calibrated to think that like beer and hot dogs is like an awesome food. But the thing is that is an old program that has been conditioned, and you could change your programming and change your conditioning to become a different person with different beliefs, different emotions, different attitudes, different thoughts, and that changes your subconscious programming, your conditioning. So we gotta really you need to write out your beliefs about food and exercise and see what could change, what has another truth. Exercise is hard. There's another side to that coin, to that truth. Exercise is easy. How could it be easy? Well, I did have fun once, when I'm playing as a kid, right? I did have fun running. I did have fun playing volleyball. I did have fun bicycle riding. Figure out how you could have fun doing it. And remember, the fuel needs to be adjusted before you really start moving. Because if you put diesel fuel in a car that doesn't take diesel, what's going to happen when you start moving it? It breaks down. So get that gas change, that fuel change, before you really start to become active. And while you're doing that, change your beliefs about activity. Change the thoughts that you constantly have about activity. How do you change them? By giving different reference points, showing that it could be easier, showing that it could be done, watching someone that's 750 pounds lose 200 pounds and still keep going. Watching, I just watched someone, a Mr. Beast challenge. Mr. Beast challenged one of his friends to drop 100 pounds within a year and paid him $250,000 to do it. Gave him everything he needed to do it. Yet he figured out really quick that his coach showed him that you need to change your beliefs about this. He thought that it was fun, that he was having fun. He thought that he was like a good-looking guy that was trim. He felt himself as like a 200-pound man, not a 300-pound man. That's in his own words. But then when he became 200 pounds, he's like, man, I'm never stopping. I feel so amazing. I can't believe I was living that life that I was living. You don't know how good it is until you experience the greatness. And that's when you start changing your beliefs, then your behavior changes. You start doing different things. See, this is the pinnacle, though, to change who you be, and then you change what you do. And then when you change what you do, you obviously change what you have. Now, this right here, the be, do, have principle, it changes everything, because you're not going to be able to really start doing these things until you change who you are. Now, a quick little state change to change who you are, to change your beliefs like instantly, to change your emotions instantly, is really easy. Number one, what are you focusing on? Are you focusing on this being hard, this being impossible, or you're genetically dispositioned to be overweight, or you don't have time? Those are not what to focus on. You focus on, this could be easy, this is easy, I only need 1 minute. I'm going to start by walking 1 minute a day. I don't need any time to change what I'm eating. I just need to change my focus on delayed gratification, right? I'm not just eating something to change my state right now, how I feel. I'm going to eat something and eventually I'm going to change my state so much better that I won't need to eat things to change my state, right? And if you notice, there was some self-talk in there, right? So self-talk, how are you talking to yourself? What are you focusing on? Are you saying you could do this, or you're a big fat loser and there's no way you could do this? When you start changing the way you talk to yourself and your focus, everything changes. Now, last one, if I could spell it correctly. Physiology, okay? Now, if I was talking to you like this with my eyes closed, and I looked like I was in pain, and my shoulders were hunched forward, it's not gonna do what I want it to do, right? Because that's gonna change my focus. That's gonna change my self-talk. The physiology. If your shoulders back, chest out, heart open, smiling, loving life, you're gonna be loving life, right? Smiling creates happiness, right? Happiness could create smiling, but smiling also creates happiness. And frowning also creates pain and lack of motivation and doing things. So, if you really would like to apply all this, start with what I finished with. Change your state by changing your self-talk, what you're focusing on, and your physiology. And then you could start changing your beliefs, and then it easily changes your behavior. You start doing different things and you have different things. And then it'll be so much easier to really change what you're eating so that you could change your activity level, because you probably are not going to function well if you're eating a standard American diet and trying to exercise. That's why plenty of people drop dead after running, even super high level athletes, because McDonald's is a sponsor of the Olympics. We got a little twisted here, but you are clear and concise now. Write down your values, write down your goals. Start writing it down to make it happen. Subscribe, like, comment. What did you get from this video? Write the notes in the comments. And if you are a professional trying to drop 15 to 25 pounds in 90 days, link in the description, or just go right now to ogfit.com and set yourself up with a call with me. It's a complimentary call. It's not free because it costs us both time and energy and attention. So we're going to make the most of it, put our heads together and figure out what plan could get you to the next level. What is your roadblock that is preventing you from getting to your dream destination or your dream body? Let's get fit and flex together, love our lives, run, dance, be happy, and be joyous. Go right now to ogfit.com and book a call. Have a great day. Blessed love.